again to all of you. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Welcome to podcast Jana Talk. Last week, we had a brilliant interview with Jane Jones, who is a senior instructor of Wim Hof Method. She works directly with Mr. Wim Hof, and also she's a part of the Wim Hof Center, official center in France, where she teaches breathwork, mindset, and exposure to cold water. We talked about all those benefits. We introduced the Wim Hof method and how really amazing benefits and influence does it have to our both mental and physical health. And today I'm really happy to have here Jane again, because I would like to ask her about what does she do to prevent stress, how does she apply Wim Hof method in her everyday life, and much more. So please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again Jane Jones. Hello Jane, welcome.
Hey, Jana, thanks for having me again. Very grateful.
I'm also, thank you very much, and big thanks for last episode for your all valuable tips.
Yes, and hopefully it gave people a bit of an insight to the benefits, how incredible they are, and how it's something you can incorporate into your life with just a few. You don't need much time, you don't need any tools, you don't need any equipment, just your breath, some cold, and the mindset to kind of all incorporates in together. Those are the three pillars.
Absolutely. So I wanted to ask you, what do you do to prevent stress? But do you have any stress in your life nowadays after so many years of applying breathwork and Wim Hof method?
Well, obviously, we're still human. So yes, there is still stress, but it's the way that I handle it instead of it handling me, I would say. Yes. I can do too much. Like I can do too much work and still get stressed, but I'm more in tune with myself where I can see the point that I need to, okay, hang on a minute.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because challenging situation can come any time in our lives. So
yes,
how
we're
would
still
you,
human.
yeah. So what do you think? What changed, or how do you, when any challenging situation comes, what helps you to overcome any situation? It's at work or in personal life.
Well, because I start in the morning with the breath work. So some people do it before sleep, or they'd use it if they have a situation. But I think if I start with that in the morning, I'm set up for the day. So I do my 15 minutes breath work, 3 or 4 rounds. I'm ready to go. That also sets the body for the cold shower. So I really feel the difference with the cold shower if I have or haven't done the breathing, because as we talked about before, the breath work prepares the body. So it releases endocannabinoids. So that's our pain relieving system. So therefore, we're more resilient to the cold water. So then I have a cold shower, and that is just, obviously, some days you really don't want to do it, but they're the days you probably need it the most. Always listen to your body. So if you're feeling, you're under the weather, then you would skip it, but generally go for it. Once you've had a cold shower, you think, I did a cold shower, I can do anything now. So it really builds up in the subconscious as well, that mental resilience, that we can do hard things. And I think that's one of the biggest things of how we cope with stress, because we've, stressed the body with a cold shower, but in a safe, controlled manner, we are then more resilient to other types of stresses, sitting in traffic, work stress. The body's kind of trained that it knows, I can handle this.
I really loved how you mentioned that if I can do this, I can do anything, that it really supports your mental resilience.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, really awakens that innate knowledge that's within us that we've forgotten in modern society. We've got so many distractions that innate system within us kind of gets buried away, but we're reawakening that, strengthening it, and the result of that is we are a lot more resilient to stress, suffer less anxiety.
Are you Jane an early riser, or do you like to get up later in the morning?
I always used to set an alarm, but now I tend to listen to my body and wake up when I wake up. So I'm lucky that I work for myself, so I can manage my own hours. But I don't sleep in, but I don't get up mega early either.
Mhm.
And also, it's really important to listen to your body at different stages of the year. So at the moment, in the UK, it's really cold and it's really dark. So I am sleeping a little later. But then in the summer, it's kind of again, with the Wim Hof method, you learn to tune in not only to your body, but into nature as well. So going a little bit more with the seasons and with the flow, I think that's
Oh yeah, I
important.
can imagine that here in the Czech Republic it's also very cold. I think we have, yeah, also similar weather, so it's chilling in the morning. And do you observe also on yourself that, for example, in summertime you wake up on a natural basis earlier than in wintertime?
Absolutely, because do sleep with the windows open, even in the middle of winter. I think that's really good for the body. And so I guess you're living a little bit more with the light then.
That's
So
great. Do you drink in the coffee in the morning? Do you prefer coffee or tea? What do you prefer?
Um, I usually have a cup of tea,
Mhm.
but I do drink coffee as well, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but no more than one, and I stop caffeine no
Mhm.
later than 11 a.m. because otherwise I feel that interrupts with the body's rhythm, and I could be awake at 4 in the morning if I had a coffee in the afternoon. So
Mhm.
just be really mindful of that.
You mentioned the breath work. Do you sometimes do it also during the days when you don't have workshops and when you just focus on your work? Do you also do some little breaks with breath work or meditation or something like this?
Yeah, and there are, again, on the Wim Hof Method app, there's lots and lots of different types of breath work and lots of different meditations. So I do in the morning when I wake up, I do my 3 or 4 rounds of the recommended regular Wim Hof breath work. But there are other breath works you can do, quick anxiety relievers, or if you're a bit tired, you need a bit more energy, or there's some nice sleep meditations. That's really nice to do. So it's like a big toolbox of things you can delve into and just take what you need. Meditations, different exercises, a lot of, there's different challenges that Wim teaches you, like push-up challenge, which with the breath work you can really enhance physical performance and
Oh,
endurance as well. So there's really a lot of stuff to explore and tap into.
that sounds really wonderful. I will download it. Thank you for sharing this tip. You mentioned sleeping. Do you have any sleeping ritual which you apply almost every day or every day?
Um, Again, so no caffeine after 11 a.m. and always really important, switch the screens off a couple of hours before bed. And that's such a big sleep disruptor and something that we've really kind of adapted into our lives as a normal, that we have our phones with us all the time, right till the end of the day. And I can be guilty of it sometimes. And I do notice my sleep patterns change when I do. So
Mhm.
really try to, have no screens, dim the lighting a couple of hours before bed, maybe light some candles.
Mhm.
Uh,
That
just
sounds
I always do a meditation before I go to sleep. That really helps a lot. Balance the nervous system.
oh,
Um, yeah.
that's good. But how many minutes does the meditation take? Is it like short meditation or it
Yeah,
depends how you feel?
can be anything between 7 minutes to 15 minutes. So just depending on how I'm feeling that day, how much do I
Mhm.
think I need?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What does bring you the biggest joy in your life?
Ooh, I think I would say just being with family and friends and being able to be present with them. That's the one thing I've learned about, the mind can get so distracted.
Mhm.
And I've learned even, we're always learning. We never get perfect. Even last year, there were a lot of things I could have done to be more present with my family or friends. I think it showed me that it's a really good all-rounder,
Mhm.
because as mentioned previously, I had the whole menopause with no
Mhm.
symptoms at all. So that helped me hormonally. Would have talked about previously about how it helped through my father having cancer and then passing away. So it helped me emotionally become a lot more resilient
Mhm.
and a lot more stable with my emotions and grief. And then physically, I had an injury that doctors said would take 18 months to 3 years to heal. And
Oh
in
yeah.
5 months, it was better.
That's
So
absolutely
it just
amazing.
shows, it's such an all-rounder. It's not, oh, one thing fixes this and one thing fixes something else. I've really found it to be quite an all-rounder in all aspects of my life, which is why I'm so passionate about it. Because I'm just,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really incredible. And also when I read about the injury, that's good that you brought it up, because I forgot to ask you in the last episode that
Mhm.
it's really incredible that the doctors told you that it will be a very long time to cure the body again, and it took you 5 months only instead of 30 months or something like this, what I read, or
Or
it was
18 months to
18
3
months.
years.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah. So it
crazy,
was
crazy.
frozen shoulder, which is very, very painful and can last a really long time. But yeah, it was 5 months.
You mentioned in the episode also last time visualization and intention. Do you do it on a regular basis every day, that you set an intention and you visualize your day, or some goals what you would like to achieve, or you do it only at the breath work, or during the Wim Hof method?
And when I'm doing the breath work, I try not to think too much. I think it's really
Mhm.
important to tune into the body, not so much the mind. So, you can get a lot of thoughts, and try to, bring it back to the breath. And then I believe that what thoughts that do come up are the more important ones, that are the what things that you do need to do, or you set your intention for the day based around those, rather than the busyness of,
Mhm.
the monkey mind that's always chattering away, or the fears, or if I'm doing the breath work, I go into a stiller, calmer place where I can trust the thoughts that come up a bit more, and
Mhm.
um, yeah, rather than being a bit all over the place.
Mhm. Now, very easy question. What's your favorite dish? What's your favorite meal?
Ooh.
Mhm.
Well, my mum, she was born in India, and
Oh.
she has a lot of recipes, and she makes the most amazing biryani.
Mm.
So I think that, when people say, "What would your last meal ever be?" It would be my mum's biryani.
Oh, and when you have do you have some guilty pleasure like chocolate or coffee or anything
Chocolate,
else?
chocolate. But I've tried to switch to dark chocolate. I think as well, cutting out sugar made a big difference in my life. But
Mhm.
yeah, you've
So
got to
you
have
cut
pleasure.
out sugar completely from your.
I did for a year, and I have introduced it a little bit back into my life, and I
Mhm.
do feel the difference. But try to cut out, ultra
Mhm.
processed food and sugars as much as possible. Eat organic where I can,
Mm.
and yeah, I
Very
just really
healthy.
feel the
I like it.
difference.
Uh-huh. Yeah, where is your, if you can travel anywhere in the whole world,
Mhm.
where would you spend your vacation?
I think I like to explore a different place every time. There's not one place that I like
Mhm.
to go. I think as long as I'm, with my family and we're having a great time, I think it doesn't really matter where it is. I always used to be a little bit of an escapist. I always wanted to be somewhere other than where I was, or I was always living for the next holiday or living for the weekend. Whereas now I'm a lot more present. I think because of the breath and the cold, it brings
Mhm.
me into the now. It's not so much about always future planning or thinking, oh, when I'm in Spain, it'll be this, or when I'm here, it'll be that. It's just living a lot more day to day without,
That's
worrying too much about the future or wishing I was somewhere else.
perfect. Jane, thank you very much. Is there any message you would like to share with people who are watching today or listening to today's episode?
Yes, I think the biggest thing is that we are stronger than we think. We've got a lot more power than we think. But not the type of, power that the world perceives as power now. It's like inner power, innate power. And by using breath work and cold, we can really tap back into that, release a lot of fears. Things are never what we really imagine they are to be. So trusting the mind, put your trust back in your own body. We're so over medicated these days, and we've got so much information out there, but we're actually sicker as a society than we've ever been, both mentally and physically. There's so many ailments and so much anxiety. So we need to just bring the trust back into our body that we have everything we need to heal within us. And yeah, really put your trust in yourself.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to someday in the future to do some other interview with you for some other topic.
I'm very grateful and very honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And also, I thank you, all of you who are watching or listening to today's episode, and that you also follow Jana Talk podcast. Share this episode with anyone who might need a little encouragement, also to incorporate breathwork and Wim Hof methods to every day, but he or she doesn't know how to do it, because Jane is really a great example how to do it. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time, next Sunday, and I wish you a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.